Hello everyone, welcome to Biology. Class 12, State Board, New Syllabus. Chapter number 2, Reproduction in Higher Animals. Student, in this chapter, we will study about the human reproductive process. Today, first, we will discuss about male reproductive system. Let us get started. The reproduction, it is defined as it is the biological process of formation of new life from pre-existing similar life. The reproduction process is completed in two ways, asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. Asexual method of reproduction, it is seen in the lower animals and it is completed by the formation of the gemmules or by budding method. While the sexual reproduction, this is the process of reproduction, it is seen in higher animals. Human is higher vertebrate animal. In this chapter, we have to study all the details of human reproduction. Let us see about the characteristics of sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, gametes are produced. In sexual reproduction, both parents are important. That is, male parent and the female parent. Both parents, they are responsible for the formation of gamete. Gametes are haploid because they are produced by process of meiosis. The fusion of the gamete, it is called amphimixis. In amphimixis process, both the gametes, they get fused together. In the fusion, cell cytoplasm as well as chromatin material get fused to each other. There are two phases in the lifetime of the higher animals, those who are going under the sexual reproduction. The first phase, it is a juvenile phase. This is the phase in which the physical growth, it is completed. And a reproductive phase, it is the phase in which the reproductive organs, they get mature and it is prepared for process of reproduction. So that phase, it is called as a reproductive maturity phase. It comes in puberty. There are two patterns of the sexual reproduction, seasonal breeder, and the second one, it is a continuous breeder. Here name itself, it gives its explanation. Seasonal means in a particular season only the process of sexual reproduction, it is complete. The period is fixed. For example, goat, sheep and the donkey, they produce in a particular season, and that's why these animals, they are called as seasonal breeder. The continuous breeder animals, which include human and apes. Apes means monkey. In human as well as in the monkey, the reproduction process, it is a continuous. Means throughout the year, these animals can reproduce. And that's why these animals, they are called as continuous breeder. Let us study about the sexual reproduction in the human being. In human being, the first step in the reproduction, it is the gametogenesis. So what is the gametogenesis? Gametogenesis, it is the process by which the diploid germ cells, they undergo number of chromosomal and the morphological changes to form a mature haploid gamete. So the gamete, it is the mature reproductive cell. which is produced by the process of gametogenesis. In case of the higher animals, the sperm and the eggs gametes are produced during the sexual reproduction. The sperms, they are produced in testes, and the egg or the ova, it is produced in ovary. The process by which the sperms are produced in the testes, it is called spermatogenesis. And the process by which the female gamete, egg, it is produced inside the ovary by oogenesis. The reproductive organs, not only they produce the gamete, but they are also responsible to produce secondary sexual characters. So what are these secondary sexual characters? The secondary sexual characters, they are also called sexual dimorphic characters. Means, with the help of these characters, we can identify male and the female animal. These characters, it is developed because of the sex hormones which is released from reproductive organs. In case of male, the secondary sexual character, it include beard, formation of the beard, mustache, the growth of the hair on the chest, muscle development, enlargement of the larynx, that is the Adam's apple. These are all the characteristics. It is present in the male when the male it reached to the puberty. In case of the female, the secondary sexual characters are developed breast, that is a mammary gland, it is developed. Pelvic region, it becomes broad, and the female has what? High pitch voice. So these are the three important characteristics. It is produced at the puberty because of the sex hormones which is released by reproductive organs. Now we'll focus on male reproductive system. The human male reproductive system includes testes, accessory glands, external genital organ, and internal genital organs. Let us see what is the scrotum and what is the role of scrotum in the male reproductive system. Scrotum, it is a loose pouch-like structure which is formed by thin skin. It is present in front of the pelvic region, between the legs and below the penis. We can see the position of the scrotum in the diagram. The scrotum contains nerves, blood vessel, and the testes. Scrotum is divided into the two compartments, right and the left. Externally, this compartment can be distinguished by the middle ridge. Look at the figure. You can find there the ridge. This ridge, it is called raphe. Internally, the raphe, it is connected to the muscles which form the septum. And because of the septum, the volume of the scrotum, it is divided into two compartments or in the two halls. In two separate halls, two testes, they are placed. Scrotal wall, it is a thin layer of the skin which is made up of smooth muscles. These muscles are named dartos fascica. Remember this name. Sometime in the MCQ question, the name of the muscle may be asked. These muscles, it help to contract the scrotum. When the cold, exercise, or during the sexual stimulation, the scrotum get contracted and it comes close to abdominal cavity. As you know, the scrotum, it is just outside the abdominal cavity Between the legs, it is hanging, and during the cold or the exercise or during the sexual stimulation, the scrotum get contracted because the wall of the scrotum, it is made up of smooth muscles. So because of the contraction of these muscles, dartos fascia muscles, the scrotum get contracted and it come close with the abdominal cavity. Scrotum, it is present in the relaxed state when the temperature is warm. Scrotum play a very important role in circulation of the air when the temperature is the warm. And it gives a sufficient cooling to the testes. Because in cool temperature of the scrotum, the testes are the functional one. Testes, they produce the active sperm or the viable sperm only when the cool temperature is present. And that is why the testes, it is kept outside the abdominal cavity in the scrotum. During the pregnancy period, till the 7th month of the pregnancy, the testes, they are present inside the abdominal cavity. But after the 7th month pregnancy, the testes, they get descend down into the scrotum. Testes or the testicles, these are the male reproductive organs. They are present in the scrotum. It is a pair structure. It is mesodermal in origin. It is about 4 to 5 centimeter long, 2 to 3 centimeter width, and 3 centimeter in thickness. They are located in the scrotum. When the male child, it is developing in mother's womb, till the 7th month of the pregnancy or till the 7th month of the growth of the male child, the testes, they remain in the abdominal cavity. But once the 7th month growth period is over, testes of the male child, it is pushed into the scrotum. This testes, how it moves to the scrotum? Between the abdominal cavity and the scrotum, there is a short canal is present. And this canal, it is termed as inguinal canal. This is a canal through which this testis from the abdomen into the scrotum, it is passed. And after 7th month of pregnancy, this testis, it remains into the scrotum. So the inguinal canal, it is the path by which your abdominal testes, it enter into the scrotum. The testes or the testicles, they are the oval structure present in the scrotum, and they are responsible for the formation of the gamete, male gamete, called sperms. They are produced over here by process of spermatogenesis. Let us study about the histology of the testes. That is the internal structure of the testes. Testes are surrounded by several layers of a tissue. They are tunica vasculosa, tunica albuginea, and tunica vaginalis. Out of that, tunica vasculosa, it is the first thin layer which surround the seminiferous tubules, which acts as a shield around the seminiferous tubule. It is highly vascular. Next to that, tunica albuginea layer is present. Tunica albuginea, it is a thick layer. It is a protective layer. And it is made up of dense, packed fibers. They also protect the testes. The outermost layer, it is the tunica vaginalis. This layer, it consists of 3 layers. visceral layer, cavum vaginal layer, and the parietal layer. The visceral layer, it surrounds the tunica albuginea. Cavum layer, it is the middle layer, which is present between the visceral and the parietal layer, and in which the space is present, cavity is present. The parietal layer, it is the outermost layer, which is a protective layer, which surround almost the entire testicular surface. Each testis, it is divided into number of small compartments. Those compartments are called lobules. In every testis, there are 200 to 300 lobules are present. Lobules are the small compartments or the small chambers. In every chamber, there are 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules are present. Seminiferous tubules, it is a structural and the functional unit of testes, where actually the sperm formation it is taking place by process of spermatogenesis. Let us study about the cross section of the testes or the transverse section of the testes. In transverse section, we can find the seminiferous tubule in the form of the rings. Seminiferous tubules, they are lined by germinal epithelial cells. They are responsible for the formation of the sperm. The few germinal epithelial cells, look at the figure. In the figure, you can see the purple color bodies or the purple color cells present inside the seminiferous tubule. These cells, they are the Sertoli cells. These cells, they are responsible for the nourishment of newly formed sperms. Outside the seminiferous tubule, the Leydig cells are present. The Leydig cells, they are under the control of pituitary gland. Pituitary gland, it secretes the LH hormone, that is luteinizing hormone, or it is also called interstitial cell stimulating hormone. The Leydig cells, they are also known as the interstitial cells. And these cells, they are stimulated by hormone ICSH, which is coming from anterior pituitary gland. In presence of this hormone, Leydig cell or the interstitial cell, they produce male sex hormone. It is termed androgen or the testosterone, and it is responsible to produce secondary sexual characters in case of male and the growth of the testes. In male reproductive system, there are the different ducts are present. Here is the list of the ducts it is given. We'll study one by one about every duct. The first duct, it is the retitestes. The retitestes, it is present just below this testicular lobes. You know, in the lobes, the seminiferous tubules are present. Each seminiferous tubule, it is connected to the retiteste. The sperms, which is present in the seminiferous tubule, it is pushed forwardly into the retitestes. Retiteste, further it is connected to vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia, these are the ducts which carry the sperm from retiteste to epididymis, which is the third duct. So, vasa efferentia, it is present between retitestes and epididymis. Epididymis, it is a long coiled structure in which sperms are temporarily stored. Epididymis structure, it is divided into three regions. Student, look at the figure. The green color long tubular structure, it is the epididymis. The uppermost part of the epididymis, it is the head region. Middle region, it is the body region. And the hind region, it is the tail region. The head region, it is termed as caput epididymis. The middle region, it is the body region, and the tail region, it is called as cauda epididymis. So like this, the three regions it is present in the epididymis. Caput epididymis, which is the head region. The middle region is the body of the epididymis. It is termed as corpus epididymis. And the hind region or the tail region, it is termed as cauda epididymis. Epididymis, it is connected with vasa efferentia at one end, and at the hind end, it is connected with the next duct, that is the vas deferens. From the epididymis, the sperm now it enter into the vas deferens. Epididymis, it is connected to the next duct, that is the vas deferens. Vas deferens, it is a long, tiny, muscular tubes which arise from the hind end of epididymis, that is the cauda epididymis, and it runs upwardly into the abdominal cavity. It passes through inguinal canal and it enters into the abdominal cavity. It carries sperms from the epididymis to ejaculatory duct. Vas deferens, it is a long, tiny, muscular tubes. They get connected with the seminal vesicle duct and it forms ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct, further it connected to urethra. Now we'll study about the glands which is associated with the male reproductive system and their ducts. In male reproductive system, there are the three main glands are present. Seminal vesicle, which is present in the pair. Prostate, it is a single gland. And the corpus gland, it is also present in a pair. Corpus gland, it is also called as a bulbourethral gland. This gland, they gives the secretion. It is carried with the help of the duct. The duct which is coming from this gland, it is connected to vas deferens. They are seminal vesicle duct, prostate duct, and the corpus gland duct. First, we'll study about the seminal vesicle gland. Seminal vesicle gland, these are the long, elongated, sac-like glands present behind the urinary bladder. They secrete the secretion called seminal fluid into the ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct, it is formed when vas deferens it unite with the seminal vesicle duct. Vas deferens it carry the sperm and seminal vesicle duct it carry the seminal fluid. Both the duct they unite together and it gives a common duct. It is called as ejaculatory duct. Now in the ejaculatory duct the sperm is also present as well as seminal vesicles. There is seminal vesicle fluid is also present. Seminal vesicle, they secrete about 60% of the fluid of the total semen. Seminal vesicle fluid, it contains fructose which provide the energy to motility of the sperm. It also contains fibrinogen. It is a protein which helps to coagulate the semen. Because of the coagulation, a bolus structure is formed, which easily pass through the vagina and it reach to the site of fertilization. So fibrinogen, it helps for the transport of sperm. It also contains the prostaglandins, which stimulate the peristalsis movement, reverse peristalsis movement in the vagina. Vagina, it is a female reproductive part. When the sperm it enters into the vagina, prostaglandins present in the semen, it stimulates the vagina and the uterus for the reverse peristalsis. And with the help of this reverse peristalsis movement, the sperms they move towards the female gamete, that is the egg. The next gland, it is the prostate gland. It is a single gland. It is present below the urinary bladder. It has 20 to 30 lobes. It secretes milky white secretion, which is acidic in nature. It forms about 30% of the total semen produced. It contains citric acid, acid phosphatase, and various other enzymes. Phosphatase protect the sperm from the acidic media of the vagina, because in the acidic media, sperm does not alive. They may die, they becomes inactive, and that's why to neutralize this acidic media of the vagina of the female reproductive system, this acid phosphatase present in the prostate gland fluid play important role to neutralize this media. So in the neutral media, the sperm it remains active, alive, and they can reach up to the site of fertilization. Next gland, it is a Copper's gland. It is also called bulbourethral gland. It is pea-sized gland present on either side of urethra. It is a pair structure. It secretes alkaline fluid, which is viscous in nature, which contain a mucus, and that's why it is a sticky, and it used as a lubricant for the copulation. Copulation, it is a process. During this time, male and the female, they come close together for the exchange of the gametes. For the copulation process, lubrication of the inner wall of the female reproductive system, it is a must. And that lubrication, it is done by the secretion of Copper's gland. Now we'll study the next part, it is the semen. So what is the semen? Semen, it is a mixture of the secretion of all the glands, which include seminal vesicle gland, prostate gland, and the Copper's gland. These three glands, their secretion and the sperms which is coming from the testes, all together it form the semen. So what is the characteristic of the semen? The semen, it is a viscous fluid, it is alkaline in nature, its pH, it is 7.2 to 7.7 is there. In single ejaculation, the semen it is released about 2.5 to 4 milliliter. In single excitement, 2.5 to 4 milliliter, that much semen it is passed from the penis, which contain about 400 million sperms. Up till now, we have studied about the internal genital organs of the male reproductive system. Now we'll study about the external genital organ, that is the penis. It is a male sex organ. It is fully formed or developed at the time of puberty. It is a structure which is useful for the sexual function, as well as it is also useful to pass the urine outside the body, because through the penis the urethra it is running. Urethra, it is a common duct which is present in the male, which carry the genital product as well as it carry the urine also. And that's why the urethra in case of male, it is called as urinogenital duct. The penis, it has the three region: glans region, or it is the head region, which is covered by the loose skin. It is called prepuce. The second part of the penis, it is a corpus cavernosum. It is present in the form of the two column, which are present on the lateral side of the penis. During the sexual act, in this region, blood it get filled, and this part it becomes the tight and the hard. The third region, it is a corpus spongiosum. Here the spongy column of tissue is present, through which urethra it is running, and during sexual excitement in this region also blood it get filled and penis get erected. This is what about the structure of the penis. Let us study about the disorders of male reproductive system. First, we'll discuss about cryptorchidism. This is the condition in which one or both of the testes fail to descend from abdomen into the scrotum. You know, the inguinal canal, it is a connecting canal between abdominal cavity and the scrotum. Testes, they remain in the inguinal canal. For the better understanding, look at the figure. The second condition, it is a hydrocele. In hydrocele condition, in the scrotum, the fluid get accumulated. The accumulation of the fluid, it is because of injury or the inflammation or because of the infection. As the fluid get accumulated in the scrotum region, the size of the scrotum, it is enlarged, and the condition is called hydrocele condition. Hope you understood today's topic. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for further updates.